Came here just to check out all the new technologies, do a little bit of networking, speak, and hopefully have a good time. Well, there's a lot of new technologies that are really cool that are on the horizons. Windows Server 2008 R2 is about to ship. It's supposed to have a lot of great performance enhancements. Windows 7, of course, getting a lot of press right now. And in the SQL Server world, we have, there was just an announcement made today, I believe at TechEd, about a new real-time infrastructure in SQL Server that will allow data to stream in and customers to put these standing queries up. It's a really big thing for any companies that work with stock market data or other real-time data feeds and need really high volume. Really cool stuff. I was a philosophy and computer science major in college. I studied logic, and database is just logic applied to data management, or that's what the relational model is. And so I was just drawn to databases, and it just happened that in my first job I was working with SQL Server, so I just stuck with it. Here I am. I've been an MVP since 2004. Just the other MVPs, primarily. All the interaction I can get. I've worked on a number of projects over the last couple of years with other MVPs from around the world. I run a website called SQLblog.com, and I have 25 MVPs blogging on the site. It's awesome. I mean, the wealth of knowledge of these people, the MVP news groups, being able to talk to MVPs and leverage their knowledge, it's an amazing experience. The question is whether I've blogged recently. And actually I have, but I'm trying to remember. So one thing that I have been blogging about, I created a management tool set for SQL Server. It's called Who is Active, and it's a script that gives you all kinds of in-depth information about what's going on your SQL Server at the exact moment. So it takes all the data out of the engine that's really hard for people to get and just gives it all to you right there in a really nice, easy to digest format. So anyone can go to my blog and search for Who is Active, and you can find that script, put it on your server, and just start getting all this information. Find out what the performance bottlenecks are, exactly what's happening on your server at that time. So I was just kind of, I found myself writing all these DMV queries. DMVs are dynamic management views. That's how you get data from the SQL Server engine about what's happening in the engine. So I found myself writing the same queries over and over and over. So I started packaging them up into one place that I could just rerun and rerun and rerun and get the data. Why do it 100 times when you can do it once and reuse it? And then I thought, well, I've done all this work. I might as well put it out there in the community and let other people leverage it and, benefit from what I've done. So.
And that's part of why you're an MVP.
Yeah, and it's been a really fun project, and I've gotten some great feedback from the community that's made the product even better. So putting it out there has actually helped me. So it's been pretty cool. Just talking to customers and hearing about the really difficult problems that they're having and helping them solve them. So I learn more from solving other people's problems, I think, than I do in my own day-to-day work. So helping other people solve their problems makes me better at my own job, which is really cool. So there's a website called SQL Server Central, and there was a posting on their message board. Someone was asking how to solve this problem. There's this kind of really common SQL Server problem where we want to be able to pass in a comma-delimited string, a list of values. With commas separating each value, and we want to be able to split it up. And so this is actually a really difficult thing to do in SQL Server for some reason. The engine just doesn't support anything that does it, and yet people need to do it all the time. So there was this long thread on there about the best way to do it, and I had a couple thoughts, so I jumped in and got involved, and over kind of a 3-day period I went back and forth with a few guys. We must have exchanged 100 messages in this thread, and we came up with what I believe is the best possible way to solve the problem. And it's kind of a new method that we iteratively invented on the thread, and it's awesome. I can't even believe what we were able to come up with, and it's totally community effort. It's pretty cool.